the absence of Kashmiri Pandits from Kashmir is the sort of biggest open wound of the last 30 plus years of trouble. No, it's actually unfortunate that the original way in which this panel had been, or this discussion had been planned, was to have had another sort of panelist with me to discuss reconciliation and the way forward. And one of the areas of reconciliation is to sort of be able to facilitate the return of Kashmiri Pandits to Jammu and Kashmir. Kashmiri Pandits did not leave because of 370.
Yeah.
Okay? Because if they had left because of 370, then after the 5th of August 2019, they would have come back. Kashmiri Pandits left because their sense of security was snatched away from them. They won't come back until that sense of security is returned to them. And this government has not returned Kashmiri Pandits their sense of security. The fact is that more Kashmiri Pandits want to leave Kashmir today than wanted to 5 or 10 years ago. More Kashmiri Pandits have been killed in targeted attacks under this government than under the previous government. But so long as Bollywood keeps churning out propaganda movies, these sort of facts are going to be very conveniently glossed over.
Oh, what about 89? I think your father had just resigned as chief minister when it began.
If you look at the, as they say, chronology samajhiye.
Yeah.
If you look at the chronology of it, Kashmiri Pandits started leaving Kashmir after January of 1990, by which time my father had already left office.
Yeah. Your father resigned what? Middle to end of 89? Jagmohan was the governor. Yeah.
Jagmohan was the governor, Mufti Muhammad Sayyid was the Home Minister of India, and VP Singh was the Prime Minister when Kashmiri Pandits started leaving.
In a government supported by the left and the BJP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, these are facts that are inconvenient.
Okay, so let me give you
but they are facts.
Okay, let me give you the other side, which is you were then elected, you became chief minister. What did you do to bring Kashmiri Pandits back? What did you do to make them feel they would be secure?
Well, clearly not enough.
Yeah.
Because if we'd done enough, they would have all come back. But we did make a start, particularly working with Dr. Manmohan Singh's government. We had a package of incentives that brought more than 5,000 Kashmiri Pandits, settled them in various parts of the valley in government jobs, and it was a fairly successful sort of program. But as I said, unless you restore the sense of security and give them the option to go back from where they came from, all of this is just sort of optics and just sort of a little bit on the top. I mean, the numbers that left are in the hundreds of thousands. I think it's about 2-3 lakh.
Yeah.
I mean, you need to make a much bigger effort to bring them back.
Okay. The other allegation is that the average Indian's taxes have gone for many years to subsidize Kashmir, to build things in Kashmir. All of this has not reached the people of Kashmir because corrupt politicians, in brackets, i.e. the Abdullahs, and people like that have stolen all the money. How do you respond to that?
Well, even now, Jammu and Kashmir has amongst the lowest levels of poverty in the country.
Yeah, is that true? Really?
Yeah, amongst the lowest levels. I don't remember the last time somebody starved to death in Jammu and Kashmir.
Okay.
Even after the worst floods in recent memory, you still didn't have any deaths on account of hunger and starvation. The basic human development indices of Jammu and Kashmir are far better than comparable states, and perhaps even in the range of some of the more developed states. I'm not going to now sort of treat you to numbers, but there are statistics to show that in some areas of the Human Development Index, we're even better than Gujarat and states like that. So, while we may not be the most developed state in Jammu and Kashmir, in India, we are definitely not sort of one of the Bimaru states, as others have been called. Make up your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Are the problems in Jammu and Kashmir because of two families, or are they because of Pakistan?
Why not both options?
Because Jammu and Kashmir has been a victim of militancy and terrorism. Militancy and terrorism is not the product of two families.
Yeah.
It's the product of Pakistan. Before militancy broke out in Jammu and Kashmir was one of the most advanced states and one of the most progressive states in terms of investment in this country. Take militancy out of the equation, and I can guarantee you, regardless of who is in office, Jammu and Kashmir will again be one of the most developed and progressive states in the country. It is very convenient to sort of try and craft a narrative blaming one or two people, but the truth is that, and again, I would have been actually happier if there had been somebody from the right wing sitting next to me who could sort of...
Don't worry, they'll all respond tomorrow.
No,
so
I'm sure they will, and social media is a great space for this,
right,
but it's not the same as sort of an actual sort of back and forth.
Yeah.
Whatever development Jammu and Kashmir has seen up until now has been pre-5th August 2019. A small example, you currently have the Khelo India Winter Games that are going on in Gulmarg as we speak.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, all the infrastructure that is being used for those Khelo India Games was either developed when my father was Chief Minister or when I was Chief Minister. Not one piece of infrastructure for winter sports in Gulmarg has been added after January 2015, when I demitted office. Now, I will be the last person to claim that we did everything for Jammu and Kashmir. But I also think in the same vein, it is grossly unfair to suggest that we did absolutely nothing.